What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome to the podcast where we think we know everything, but we really don't know shit. But what we do know is that Hard Knocks with the Chicago Bears starts tonight. So we know not a lot of people are going to watch this podcast tonight because they're going to be watching Hard Knocks. We are going to have another show starting tomorrow to break down each episode of Hard Knocks and talk about it with the whole chat and amongst ourselves, and just talk about what we think this Bears team is actually going to shape up to be. So it'll be a lot of fun, man. I look forward to that. You might have a different cast of characters on this show on Wednesdays because some of the people that are on Tuesdays cannot make Wednesday, but it's still going to be a good show, and I look forward to it. I will be there. I definitely will be there. Before we go any further, I want to show off my shirt. You know, in celebration of the Bears Hard Knocks starting today, I have a shirt, I believe, orange and blue. If you're interested, I will post the link in the group page. I'll post the link so you can get the shirt too. It's only $20. It's not expensive. So, but anyway, so we have a great show lined up. We have a great guest lined up. You know him. He's been with us a few times. This is our guy. His resume is long as hell, but I will give you some of it. He's the in-stadium host for the Chicago Fire. He's a contributor for Bears Unleashed on Fox. He used to be on B96. Those of you in Chicago that listen to Pop, as a pop station in Chicago, B96. He used to be on that, the morning drive. And did I mention host for Hulu, Lollapalooza? Yeah, man. So he does big things. Gabe Ramirez is going to be on this show tonight. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Crooked Commish, hit it.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up and coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
We are back. Welcome back to the podcast where we think we know everything, but we don't know shit. Not shit. But we have a lot to talk about tonight. And tonight, you know, like I said before, is the start of Hard Knocks with the Chicago Bears. If you aren't familiar with Hard Knocks, it's basically about training camp, and you get to follow who's really hungry for a position and who's gonna get cut. And there's a lot of You see a lot of hitting, you see a lot of drama. It just follows the team. So it's gonna be a good series, I think. But the main thing I think they wanted to capture was the number one pick, Caleb Williams. To me, playoffs is the expectation. I know JB is going to disagree with me, as he always does, but playoffs has to be the expectation. We have a number one pick and we have a number 9 pick, so we have a good offense with everybody else sprinkled in there. We got the new running back core that we got, the wide receiving core with the addition of Roma Dunze. Playoffs. That's all I got to say about it. But let's bring in our people so they can argue with me. First up, my man, the stat man, who knows every single stat from every single team, basketball and football, 80s and 90s. My man, JB.
What's up, T?
JB, what's good, man?
Man, just trying to multitask, doing 8 things at once.
8 things. Do you have one Hard Knocks in the background?
Actually, I don't. I can put it on. I was watching my son's game. He's playing. He got a game tonight in Ecuador, so I was watching that in the background on the show.
Wait. Okay, hold up. How the fuck do you get a game in Ecuador?
Basket pass.
Basket pass. I never heard of that. But okay,
yeah.
So you can get games in obscure places with basket.
Other countries, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Learn something new every day. So, man, I mean, how do you feel about this team after the first game, a Hall of Fame game?
There was nothing to see. I mean,
I disagree.
Our backups are okay. Tyson Bagent struggled. Rippon looked decent. Number 80 looked like should be on the team already. He should take Velvet Jones' place. Colin Johnson. But yeah. Velvet has been moved to running back now, so
I wonder why.
Polls know why.
We'll talk about that. When we get everybody else up in here. But next, I want to bring in my man who usually has that Hawk talk, but we probably ain't talking about no fucking Blackhawks tonight. My man Frank the Tank.
There's no point in talking about the Hawks tonight. I mean, this is a Blackhawks show or a Blackhawks fuck.
When is there ever any point?
There is. Don't you start your shit. Don't you start your shit this early in the show. But no, this is Bears talk now, and it's gonna be Bears talk for a long time now. So ain't gonna be no Hawk talk for a while. And if there is, you give me like a 37-second segment at the end during shout
37 seconds?
37 seconds during shout outs. That's all I'm gonna be getting when it comes down to Bears talk right now.
I mean, that's like us talking about the White Sox in a 21 game losing streak.
They have a White Hawks and a White Sox and a black.
Hey, they may as well be the White Hawks right now, right?
They're shit Hawks.
Might as well be.
Shit.
Hey, whoever the White Hawks are probably a better team. Better product.
That surprised me.
Hey, speaking of White Sox, I think we have one of the biggest White Sox fans that we need to bring in. As I was saying earlier, he's also the in-stadium host for the Chicago Fire. That soccer team, for you all that don't know. And like I said, he used to be on B96. 670 The Score. He's a contributor for Bears Unleashed. And he also used to be in a singing group. We'll ask him about that. Let's bring him in, Gabe Ramirez. Can we start clapping?
Let's wait till he comes on, then we got the clap going.
Am I clapping for myself? Oh, damn.
Yeah. Welcome back, Gabe.
on,
Nice to have you back, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate to be here with a fella. I know we always get a lively conversation going when I'm over here, so I'm ready, man.
Yeah.
Always. Is that a sock shirt? You
That
have
does
on?
look like it's a sock shirt right there.
That
This is
does.
Okay, it's a Chicago shirt. We're good.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
Okay.
No Cubs in that bullshit. I like it.
I don't know.
I
I got
like
White Sox,
Really.
Bulls, Bears, Blackhawks.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
Sam.
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So, Gabe, what's been up with you, man?
Oh man, just like you said, working like all of us. Bunch of jobs. I call them clients now. I no longer call them jobs.
The
Oh,
client.
Straight up. Like Gabe ain't got a lot of jobs. Now I got a lot of clients.
Yeah.
So I have you know what I mean? So the Fire are a client. Fox 32 is a client. You know what I mean? So I look at it differently now. So yeah. I
So the Chicago Fire, we don't really talk too much about them. Maybe you can educate us. Are they a good team? Do a lot of people come out to watch?
I think the good thing about the Chicago Fire, they do two things exceptionally well. Their pregame is amazing, right? Like what they do for the kids is super family friendly, right? So like the South Courtyard of Soldier Field, you could take pictures with Sparky, you know what I mean? Like they have this like soccer simulation like game you could play. They got this one of the coolest things when I seen it, guys. I don't even know if you've ever seen anything like this. It's like imagine like if you're at a bench at a park, right? You know what I'm saying? We all been to a park before, right? Sit on the bench, picnic table. But imagine if underneath the picnic table it was a soccer match, right? Like under your feet was a goal. And then like so it's like a space that big that you're playing like one-on-one. If you were a shorty, you would love it. They got a bunch of stuff like that. They do that well. Opportunities to get on the field and stuff. So I think that's, and then of course you could tailgate there, right? I mean, you could tailgate at Soldier Field, so they do that well. And then, the ownership that's there now, and the president, David David Baldwin is a really forward-thinking kind of dude. So they're putting the team in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? And they had two big additions this past offseason. Kellen Acosta, a guy who played 58 matches for the United States men's national team. And then they added Hugo Kuipers that came in from a team called Gent that was pretty solid, right? He was their scorer. And so we brought in like him and then the Kellen Acosta guy. We thought we were going to be really good this year. And so he was, we haven't been playing as good as we can. Let's just say that.
Okay. What's their record?
Man, below 500. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
So I mean, sad to say it's a usual Chicago sports team, right?
In the present, unfortunately, Frank, man, it's unfortunately what we're looking at.
Yeah, man.
Dang, man. So we really can't talk super positively about any team except for the Bears because their arrow is kind of pointing up, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all pretty excited about the Bears, right? I think it's more excitement about just seeing football. Damn, I think we're all excited about just watching some football.
Oh, hell yes.
Right, fantasy's back. You get to gamble on some games, like whatever it is, like just football's back. That's fun. And I think the fact that we kind of, there's like a mystery surrounding the Bears, right? And I think we all love anticipation and edge of your seat thrillers. And to me, the Bears are certainly that this upcoming season.
True. Now,
Sure.
let me ask you this, Gabe.
Sure.
And this is something that JB and Frank disagree with me. I always say because the Bears got Caleb Williams at number 1, they got the number 1 pick, they got the number 9 pick. Then you got DeAndre Swift. Then you got Keenan Allen. You also have on the other side DJ Moore. He has a perfect setup. Caleb has a perfect setup. So for me, the expectation is playoffs. No question. Playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Playoffs. God damn it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a high expectation. You know what I'm saying?
It's something we all hope.
Yeah. Like, because now you're saying you expect it, right? And you expect it to happen, and that's hard, right? That's a hard sell right there. I think Caleb Williams I think you want him to be good, right? You can't expect him to be great yet, right? So I think this year, if he could just be good, you can get close to that marker. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see how close they can get. But, of course, the Bears they have things that you can look at that make you feel good, right, in terms of the offense, right? Like, I'm a huge fan of DeAndre Swift. I think I've been telling everybody, I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler standing on that hill. I think that –
A Pro Bowler?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler. I think he's going to have a lot of output. I mean, we look at majority of his stats coming from last two teams that he was on. He has a lot of yards from scrimmage, particularly out of the backfield and with pass catching. And I think that he's going to be a fail-safe for Caleb Williams, get a lot of yards that way. And then he's their primary running back, right? So they're going to run the ball. He's going to put up decent numbers as the primary running back for the Chicago Bears. And I think that he's going to also catch passes out of the backfield that could turn into touchdowns. So I think that, when you're looking at the NFC and like the top tier running backs out there, he's going to fall within the top 5 or 6 out there. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Now, the playoff expectation is a little bit much.
Name it for me, JB.
But now we're saying, are we – first of all –
let's start with the naming.
2 of them in all –
Get to 6 first.
Listen,
you're not
2 of them in our own division.
2
of them are in our own division.
Okay, who?
Josh Jacobs and then I was going to say Adam Jones. Was with the Packers and now plays for the Vikings. Aaron Jones. That's 2 right there. Don't forget about Christian McCaffrey. Don't forget about
you don't know how Aaron Jones is going to be in a whole new
Don't forget about David Montgomery. Like it's some dog running back. Saquon Barkley.
This is where I'm gonna answer that one really quick too, because Aaron Jones is with a new team. Not a lot of people are successful when they go to a different team. It doesn't always happen. Josh Jacobs is coming off a pretty severe injury. You don't know how he's going to pan. Is he a beast if he's healthy? Absolutely. But you don't know if he's going to be healthy because wasn't he like an Achilles?
I'll say this, JB, I'll say this. Every name you mentioned outside of Christian McCaffrey, you'd say the same thing about a guy like DeAndre Swift if you were playing for the Eagles and we had some other guy around.
No. First of all,
you're a stats guy. You know how well he does.
And that's the thing. I am a stats guy. I am a stats guy, and my thing is this. Are we really giving DeAndre Swift like the all-pro running back nod? He when I tell you he barely had over 1,000 yards, look it up. He barely sneezed over 1,000 yards. He's not that guy that's going to run the ball 300 times in the season. He's not. And then I look at other up-and-coming guys. Like, do we forget that Bijan Robinson plays in the NFC? Like, there are some guys that are way better than him.
How many yards did Bijan Robinson have last year? How many yards did Bijan Robinson have? That's what I'm saying. So you're talking about projections.
Well, they did get a quarterback. It's going to help.
I'm using your argument against you, JB. I'm using your argument against you, which is the yards you tried to.
But you can't use it against me because you know why you can't use it against me? Because now you have Kirk Cousins instead of Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
You had Jalen Hurts. Newsflash: DeAndre Swift is on his 3rd team in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
3rd team.
Okay.
4 years. That does not make me think staple. That does not make me think great run. And I want to say he was injured.
I'm sorry. Every team
he did second year in Detroit.
Right. Josh Jacobs is on a new team. Aaron Jones is on a new team. Saquon Barkley's on a new team. We're talking about new people that's what happens with running backs in the NFL.
Yeah,
listen,
they're on their new team.
I guess we can take a few steps back. We can like this. If you want to
they're on their new teams now.
Okay.
3 teams in 4 years is not the same as your second team in 6 years. Not the same.
You're right.
And I think honestly, by them changing Velvet Jones's position now to running back and putting Herbert on the trading block, knowing we have Roschon Johnson, I think it's going to be more running back by committee than it is turn around and give Swift the ball 30 times. I really do.
Hi, I'm Velvet Jones.
There it is. And I agree. I understand with that type things, but I mean, it is no question Swift's your running back because I hope they trade Khalil Herbert to the Dallas Cowboys soon.
What kind of production do you guys think DeAndre Swift's going to have this season? I mean, when you're talking about the starting running back for the Chicago Bears, what do you think his production looks like with Caleb Williams, all the weapons we're talking about on wide receiver? Like, what do you think that looks like?
Well, that's the thing. All the weapons means we don't. I expect DJ Moore's numbers to go down because
I know, but
of how many
the running back position. But I'm curious about the running back position. That's why I asked it.
Are we talking
I
about
don't
just
think Swift
running, or
gets
are we
a
talking
pass.
about all purpose?
No. I'm talking about we're talking about DeAndre Swift as a player for the Chicago Bears.
Right.
What do you think his stats are going to look like by the end of the season?
700-800 yards rushing.
Okay.
He will not get 1,000.
I'm pulling 1,500-1,600 all purpose.
Right, okay, and
I
then
think he's gonna
touchdowns,
think
give me
DeAndre-
touchdowns, give me all that stuff. Yeah, give me all that stuff.
I think DeAndre could reach 1,000.
He'll get close. I would say
I
800.
really do. I think Khalil Herbert's
wait.
production is going to go down.
Well, he's going to have to share the rock, obviously.
He's
right?
going to get
But what I'm
traded.
trying to-
I hope he gets.
If he gets
gonna
traded,
get
that's
traded.
better. If he gets traded, that's better for us because now hopefully Waldron will know to play who? Roschon Johnson. He needs to play. He needs to be our short yardage and third down back to help grind out those tough yards that we were doing tight end tight end scoop passes and the dumb shit we were doing last year, screen left, screen right. No, let the big boy go and get the 2 yards.
I definitely think Roschon's production is going to go up. He's going to take a lot of those snaps that Khalil had. Khalil is, his days are numbered. His days are numbered.
But something I wanted to point out to Gabe, though, like I said, I'm all for optimism, but I also live in this world called reality. DeAndre Swift never had 1,000 yards until he played with the Eagles.
JB, I could pull
The
up
best
stats
or
and
second
recite
best.
them, but we can have opinions and conversations about it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hey, we're always in
And
the
we are.
glow.
It's good. But my thing is this. I'm not saying he had a bad season. Anytime you get over 4 yards a carry, that's a good season, right?
Absolutely.
But to make him a bell cow, and this is the first time he's ever had 1,000 yards, and I mean like 1,000. What do you have? Like 1030, 1040, 1050? He didn't even have like 11, 1,200. He barely got it. And I'm saying now with Philly having as good as an offensive line as they had, top 2, top 3,
JB,
that's all you could give me.
Secret admirers.
And we don't have an offensive line where we're going to turn around and give our running back the ball 30 times a game. And if you do, you know what's going to happen? Fans are going to start complaining about why Caleb is not throwing the ball. Jay Grizz, I hope we do. But right now, I'm not sold on it. Because clearly y'all didn't see the other day where Matt Eberflus told Nate Davis either get your shit together or get out.
Hey, I was so happy Eberflus said that, though.
Now, he got a little moxie to him.
Well, they paid Nate Davis a lot of money.
Man.
So
that beard, I'm
I'm
telling you, that beard has brought out some balls.
I'm glad he said that because here's my thing. Nate Davis, if you don't want to play football, man, hey, let us know now so we can trade you because I don't want to be expecting good production from an overpaid, overpriced person that doesn't like football or doesn't want to play football. Go ahead and let Bates go to the left, put Tevin Jenkins, pair him up with Darnell Wright, and let's get this thing moving. That's what we need to do. I'm like it's not about reinventing the wheel at some point in time. Sometimes you got, like Daenerys Targaryen said, sometimes you got to break the wheel.
You got
and let's do this thing the right way. Let's break the wheel, man. I don't want to see the Bears 30 rushes a game, but I also don't want to see them with 17.
I don't want to Matt
passes
Ryan
in one game.
Passes a game either. So
you know what I'm saying?
I want a balanced.
I don't want to see Caleb running as much as Jalen Hurts does. Like I want to see.
You're definitely not going to see that. You're not going to see.
I want to see good balance. Good balance.
Amen.
Good balance. And I don't think that's too much to ask. And I will take, if you give me 800 yards on the ground, another 600 yards passing for DeAndre Swift, and he gives me 15 total all purpose, I think that's successful. I do. Especially with all the other weapons. I'm just worried about this line, Gabe. I'm worried about Eberflus and Waldron trying to get too gimmicky now that we know Velvet Jones is playing running back. Like, it's a lot of things that we need to be like, hey, pump the brakes, man. Let Colin Johnson just lay Velvet for his spot. If Velvet's not good, hey, you either special teams or you off the team, buddy. That's it. That's all.
So let's talk about Velvet Jones switching to running back. Why do you think that is? I have my theory why I think it is, but I want to hear what you all think.
Who wants to go first? You want me to?
Because he sucks at wide receiver.
I will back that saying yes, he is not a good receiver because he's not a good route runner. He doesn't have good hands, but he's got those legs. He's got that speed. But also, I mean, we got too many fucking good receivers right now. It's the only way he's going to make the team right now is if he's a gadget player. It's the only way. Special teams and a gadget player. That's the only way he's going to.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Ryan Poles. That's still his guy.
It's his first ever pick, right there.
I think that they do see something in him clearly, right? And it's like just hanging on to something a little longer, and you're trying to figure something out. You're trying to find a way to make them work. I mean, Devin Hester just made it to the Hall of Fame, right? I'm not comparing the two, but I'm saying they tried him out as a wide receiver for quite a while, and that wasn't necessarily his best position, right? But you kept trying things because you knew he was talented with the ball in his hand, and I think that maybe they feel that way. I mean, if you're asking me why, right? If you're gonna ask me, get into the brains of the brass of the Bears. I mean, they got a little bit of more time with him, so trying to find something. I mean, when it comes to receivers, he can't find his way there. And then when it comes to punt returning and kick returning, he obviously struggles there. Nobody feels confident with him being there. So, yeah, I guess that's the only reason you got left is like, hey, Papa, this is your last little thing. They try. It's like when you had a job. You know what I'm saying? You had a job, and they're like, hey, bro, check this out, bro. You suck at throwing out the trash, but we're gonna have you sweep up now. All right, just sweep up. Don't fuck up the trash anymore. Okay.
Right. You
can't do that. And if you can't do that, your ass got to get up. You got to
get the fuck up out of here.
Here's my question then.
No, you're not going to another question. I want you to answer the question that I just asked.
I answered it already. I said because he sucks. But here's my question with him sucking. Does putting him at running back potentially take a job away from somebody else?
You do got to let T answer.
That I asked?
He got to answer his own question.
Can I answer the question I asked? Thank you, JB. I appreciate it. So my theory is that Velus moves to running back not only because he sucks at catching the ball, but also Khalil Herbert's day is a number, and they need a guy to fill that position. But also, if we saw the Hall of Fame game, number 80, Colin Johnson, basically is making a case for himself.
Yeah, he's gonna have a special preseason, man. Let's see how he does this whole preseason.
So that's gonna make a decision a little easier on Ryan Poles. And Ryan Poles, as Gabe said, Velus or Velvet, whichever one you want to call him, is Ryan Poles' guy. So exactly, he was like, hey man, look, you can't flip burgers. Maybe you could be on fries. And that's exactly what this is. So he's giving him another chance, but if he can't do it,
he's going to be taking out the trash.
Yeah, you got to get out.
Maybe he is the trash, and you just need to cut your ties and be like, okay, you know what, y'all? I messed up. I drafted him as my first ever pick. I messed up. Hey, we're going to send you somewhere else. Because you know what? We do know? We do know that you have DeAndre Swift. We do know that you have Roschon Johnson. Why get all gimmicky and gadgety with Velvet Jones? Like, why? Just cut ties.
You always just go straight to the extreme.
Because we do that too long here. We keep people. Have you seen what's going on the South Side when you keep people, management, players, all that too long? You suck, and then you become a laughingstock. Do something like other teams do. Hey, man, you ain't cutting the mustard. Trade them or get them out of here. Because what if Dallas don't give us nothing for Khalil Herbert? Khalil Herbert averaged over 4.5 yards a carry. He wasn't great, but he wasn't trash either.
Yeah.
His salary is $1.1 million this year. If they cut him, he'll have a cap hit of $600,000. So it's only costing him really $500,000 to keep Jones. So
he's cheap either way. To keep him or to cut him, he's cheap.
Yeah. So I think that's really what it boils down to. Like, I'm not gonna let this guy go for $500,000. I pay $500,000 in hot dogs, literally $500,000. Probably more hot dogs a year.
Right. But I don't want to see them force feeding him, Gabe.
Right. No, I agree with you. I think we all can agree though that depth is important at the running back position. You know what I mean? And you know, we saw all three running backs last year, right? Deontay Foreman, Khalil Herbert, Roshan Johnson all get an opportunity to start for the Chicago Bears. And then you saw, you know, the conundrum that Eberflus found himself in when all three of them were healthy in the middle of the season, right? He really mismanaged that, I think, last year.
Agreed. For sure.
So I think,
Definitely agree.
you know, coming in this year, you know, with an upgraded running back, a Pro Bowl running back in DeAndre Swift, because he did make the Pro Bowl last year. You know, you get that kind of caliber guy in the backfield, and you know, you really feel good about, you know, saying where you're at with that situation. But with Khalil Herbert last year, I think people overvalued him. You know, his yards per rush were high, but he was the beneficiary of running behind David Montgomery for that a lot of the time that he was there, right? So he was
that first year, yes, he had 5.
He was a very good. He's one of the best backup running backs.
It was
I
like
mean,
5,
when he hit the back.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Listen, I argue with this about Hub Arkush weekly on my show, where I would tell Hub, I beg, listen, I understand that he has a lot of yards per carry. I was like, he was doing it behind David Montgomery. I was like, he's not gonna. When David Montgomery was hurt and he was given the opportunity to then be the lead back,
He struggled.
He struggled. He did not showcase that he could be. And then when he got the opportunity at the beginning of the season last year, same thing ensued, right? And then that's why you got the Roshan, and then that's why Deontay Foreman comes in and shows his worth in that system. But I feel like, again, you have an upgraded running back now. I think Khalil Herbert can still be good as a secondary running back, but it's very similar to DeAndre Swift. And then, you know, like you mentioned, JB, you get Roshan in there to, you know, be a short yardage situation specialist, which they're going to need as well, and should lean on, sure.
Yeah. But I like Roshan more than Herbert because Roshan's a better blocker. Roshan can catch the ball out of the backfield. Roshan can bulldoze in the middle, which is always good when that weather gets cold in those November freaking football games.
Yeah, I think that's why you have your fullback, right? You know, to get those opportunities.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hopefully this coach knows how to use a fucking fullback.
Yeah, I mean, I think Roshan's cool, but I don't think he's, you know, what everybody was making him out to be like, oh, he's you know, running behind Bijan, so then, you know, we just didn't get a chance to see him be the, you know, some amazing running back. I think that goes back to the beginning of this conversation, which is about expectations, right? And I think just as Bears fans in general, regardless of the position of the player, I think we do place high expectations on them because we love our players, and it's not even expectations; it's more like, you know what I'm saying? Like we got your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is it? What? Justin Fields? That's my quarterback. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who he is. Wide receiver? He's gonna be the dopest wide receiver out there. Like, as fans, we do that, and then therefore the expectations become high because everyone has then said that X player is going to be that great. And I think with, you know, Roshan's no different. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody for that matter.
Well, anybody, I'm gonna say anybody because that fandom took over, like, just the wait and see aspect we all have to do, right? But even with that, I look at how we are presently constructed with how Waldron ran Seattle. You know, Swift is a little Kenneth Walker-ish, right? We got Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett, so that's like the Noah Fant, Will Dissly thing, right? Then we got the three-headed monster receiver. They had the three-headed monster receiver with DK and Jackson Smith and Jigba and Lockett. So I get what they're trying to do as far as what his system is. I just question not the ability, but the actual on the field of a Caleb, because now you hear the little rumors about little things, little circle in the background about, oh, he couldn't get the cadence right. But then they say, oh, he had a great ball to such and such a deep 1-yard pass. But then you hear other little people that they be like, type. Yeah, but he fumbled the ball 3 times. They're not telling you that with no pads. You know, that's the kind of stuff that scares me because now I don't want people to put high pressure on him to play hero ball.
Yeah.
Instead of letting him play football and develop properly. The Caleb train, it is what it is. You right now, you either on it because you like him or you're not on it, but you're a Bears fan. He gonna get the support either way. The problem is you cannot hold him to the likes of a CJ Stroud because nobody thought CJ Stroud was gonna be CJ Stroud. Like that just came out of nowhere. Like, oh wow, that actually happened. So is that now the standard or is that the exception?
I do believe he started a standard, unfortunately. That's why Terrence is saying playoffs.
But you can't do that. There's a lot of factors. We still don't have a center, guys. That doesn't bother you?
I mean, we don't have a center, which is still better than the center we already had. That's the problem right there. So, I mean, we still have an improvement at center.
Shelton looking real Lucas Patrick-ish to me.
Like you said it perfectly though, when you whisper the 3 fumbles, no pads, OTAs. I don't fucking care. Like it's no pads. It's like a practice. I don't care. When we're going into preseason and they're actually getting game time snaps and they're doing this, then we got something to talk about as far as struggles. There's no question about that. But I mean, I don't care if Caleb throws an interception in practice.
I mean, you want him to throw the interceptions in practice.
Yeah, exactly.
You want him to get out of the system.
How many fumbles do you guys
That's
think
what I'm
he's
saying,
gonna
like-
have on the season? Oh, yeah.
How many Caleb's gonna have?
Yeah,
Ooh, fumbles, huh?
because you got to go look up Justin
know
Fields, you know, and like got to.
Can I be honest with you, brother?
Because JB, listen, this is why I say it. We go back to expectations, right?
Yeah.
Like we got to go look at Justin's. We got to go look so that when we see him, this prepares us better mentally as fans, right? So then when we see fumbles, it's not he's fumbling the ball. It's okay. Hold on, I gave him 15 on the season. This motherfucker got 12 more to go. You know, like you gotta be able to, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and now your mental is better. You know what I'm saying, JB? Like you're here now. You're like, I'm not tripping. Now, if he gets over 15, if I see him at 18, now I'm tripping. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like, I don't know. But you got to give yourself that opportunity. Because what if he does a lot per game in the first quarter of the season, which might be expected for a rookie QB going in his first 4 games, and then kind of like Jordan Love did last year, where he had that fucking amazing run of like so many touchdowns with no turnovers or whatever it was.
He fixed it.
Right. He fixed it. Right. Exactly. So like you got to give your guy some grace. Again, I'm only talking about expectation. I'm not talking about anything else because I struggle with this too. Right. I'm a fan. You saw my fucking shirt. I got fucking 4 T's on that bit. So I struggle with it. But I had to put myself there now where I'm like, okay, I know Bears are gonna win 8-9 games. I don't know how they're gonna get there. But I hope it's pretty, but you don't know yet, right? Because even you could tell somebody like, I think they're gonna win 9. I think they win whatever your number is.
Yeah.
But how did they get there? Did they lose all these games late? Was it ugly? Was it Caleb Williams throwing interceptions? The defense coming back and winning? Like, what did that look like?
Was it coaching?
Because the coaching, yes, exactly. Like what
coaching was a big issue last year.
So we talk so often about the number, but we rarely talk about how we got there. How are we not talking about that? When you say the number, I expect 9 wins, and this is how I expect us to get there. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I agree. The substance portion, because with Justin, there was a lot of just haters and no substance. But with Caleb, it's like he's the Messiah. We've got it now.
Right.
Give a kid a chance to develop, but at the same time, don't crucify the kid because he makes a rookie mistake. He's supposed to.
Exactly. I want JB answer that question though. How many fumbles you got him at?
How many?
I like this game.
I'm Gabe. I'm sorry to say, I'm around that area.
Yeah.
I'm around like that 10 to 12 range.
Maybe 10.
I actually roll 10. Yeah, I'm rolling 10 as well, double digits. And I mean, this is the thing. You said it yourselves. He's been fumbling a lot in practice. He holds on to that ball like it's a piece of bread when he's moving around in that pocket. It's hard to do that in the NFL, man. You got to catch on to that quick.
And I'm looking at the times it happens. I don't know if the kid got smaller hands. I didn't look at he don't have any combine measurables, so I can't look at it. So I don't know if he's just got smaller hands or whatever. Irrelevant. I'm talking about when you got a okay Braxton Jones, but then you don't know what's coming up the middle. That's scary for this kid. Because he's not as big, as strong, or as fast or as elusive as Justin. So some of that stuff that Justin was getting out of, Caleb might take those hits. He might take those fumbles, and that's what scares me because you knew the minute and I'm going on record and saying this now. You all can disagree. The fans can disagree. Everybody in the chat can disagree. If you have this type of quarterback, there's no way I would have drafted Rome Odunze. I would have found a way to package something, moved up, and got Joe Alt. Period, point blank. I'm not playing with Braxton Jones and getting this $200-300 million arm that I'm hoping he's going to be hurt. And I got to get the best center available. Not somebody that played center 3 games in 5 years. Not somebody who's a backup to a backup to a backup because of injury. No, I need a stud there that's going to protect my asset. And I just don't see it at those two positions.
You
I
just don't have any faith in Braxton Jones, huh?
I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong on this though. The Seahawks didn't have the best offensive line with Waldron either. They struggled.
I thought they were average, right? They were middle of the pack. I thought
they were trending
Geno
down every year that Waldron was there. And I mean, they still didn't get that many quarterbacks.
That first year, maybe, but that second year, remember, Geno, they made the playoff. Geno had over 4,000 yards and 32 touchdowns.
Yes, but I mean, they still didn't have the best offensive line. Like, Waldron,
I said they were middle of the road.
Yes, they were I was just saying, after that year, they kind of trended down, but still, Geno was not getting hit. So Waldron's system is kind of set up to the point where your quarterback doesn't take a lot of hits. As a Bears fan, we don't see that shit often. Our quarterbacks are used to getting their asses handed to them.
Man,
so, I mean, hopefully Waldron's system is going to help our offensive line when it comes down to this type of stuff. But it's still not changing my mind. Caleb's going to make his mistakes. It's going to happen. But, I mean,
he's going to make his mistakes just like CJ Stroud made his. And yes, JP, I am making a comparison between Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud, and I think I could do so. And I think a lot of people.
Hey, David, that's a shot. David Augustine, I'm gonna get you. That's a shot at Justin. And just for the record, Caleb held the ball longer in college than Justin did.
And that he did. He did.
All right. So that's irrelevant because we're not talking about college. It's two totally different games. So that's irrelevant.
I mean, it's still football.
Doesn't matter. It's still football.
He gotta learn
but NFL football is a lot faster than college
No question about that.
And he will adapt to that quickly. He's the number one pick.
Do I have to remind you of all the number one picks that were just terrible? Come on, man.
When was the last good number one pick when it comes down? You're on mute, Gabe.
I got a question for JB. JB,
these are always good.
Do you think you're a cynic? You know, someone that always thinks that everything's just wrong and negative in the world.
I can answer that.
Hey, you know what I am? I'm a
glass half empty. I'm wondering if you're aware of it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm overly aware of
it. I didn't know. I would love to get to hang out with you more, but because I like these kinds of conversations. So I was like, okay, as long as who I'm talking to understand that, then I can have good conversations with you because at least you're aware of it, right?
You're like, he knows it. He is that guy. I was going to get him a T-shirt printed up that says, "I am that guy."
Let me be very clear. This cynicism comes from a lot of decades of pain and just total letdown with my team.
I just need to know if I'm like, I'm talking to my cousin right now. I got it. Okay, bet. This is family right here. I get this guy. I understand it. It's pain from fucking being a Chicago sports fan. I get it. I'm here for it.
It's very harsh, man. Like,
yeah, JB, you are.
I'm sorry to say, but I yearn for the Lovie Smith years again because at least I knew, damn it, we didn't make it this year. We're going to
we got to go here, Dave. I'm about to scream out my window at you when it comes down to this stuff. 7th round picks, every single receiver Caleb Williams had was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So they were not bad receivers. It's not our fault that.
And Jordan Addison was a 1st-round pick last year.
He was
Stop
a 1st-round pick.
Come on, man. Come on, don't do that, David. Don't do that. Let's not compare. Let's not compare tragedies.
Get off Justin Fields. Caleb Williams, our quarterback. Even though Justin's going to be starting week 1.
Okay, so
no chance.
We might as well just stop talking about Justin because Justin ain't in the building no more.
Jordan Addison, not Jerry Rice Jr. Jordan Addison was a number 1 first round. I want to say 20 in the 20. So the Vikings were pretty good with Kirk Cousins and them last year.
He was damn good 1-2 punch when it come down with that Vikings. Right
but where did Caleb Williams?
He gave us work.
Where did Caleb Williams wide receivers go this year?
They went late in the 7th round.
Well, but was it?
I understand that, but all of them were elite receivers coming out of high school.
But not in their career, and we can't be basing people what they're coming out of high school.
It's not our fault.
No,
USC
at Oklahoma, he had. Isn't it Denzel Mims? Didn't he have?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
All I know
He
is that
had a-
same offensive
He
coordinator
had
at
a
USC
top wide
was now
receiver in
fucking
Oklahoma. He
Washington.
took over for
Shit.
Spencer Rattler. Y'all remember
But we can
that?
agree. We can agree
Spencer
that
Rattler
Justin
was
Fields.
messing up.
But we can agree over their college careers. Justin Fields had better wide receivers. We can
Oh,
agree
I'm not
with that.
denying that.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
won't deny
saying.
because Justin Fields was on a better team
Right.
who had a defense too. So I'm going to give him that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not
Absolutely.
denying that.
The kid threw, what did he throw? 40-something touchdowns, ran for another 12. And then J.K. Dobbins ran for 2,000 yards. Like, that was a juggernaut.
Did you
That
guys
was
hear
a
what
juggernaut team.
Cole Kmet told the Sun Times about Justin Fields and Caleb Williams? That was odd. I'm surprised
I
he
didn't
said
hear
that.
the Komet one.
No, I didn't hear that.
Wait, what did he say?
Yeah, I didn't hear a
He
Komet
said
one.
that Justin Fields likes to run, and you could tell Caleb wants to throw the ball. I thought that was interesting. I'm surprised he said
He
something
said
like
you could tell Justin wanted to run and Caleb wants to throw.
that. That's why I'm surprised by that.
interesting.
It was a Sun Times quote. I read it today.
It might actually hurt your offensive line too.
But is that
what the fuck you're gonna do?
is that
I'm just surprised by it.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
surprised
yeah.
by that too.
I'm just
You
surprised
said
by
you
it.
were
I'm
surprised
surprised
by
by it
it?
because Cole Kmet knows how bad the offensive line was.
I'm
Yeah,
not
he had a
surprised
he
by
had a
that. Caleb doesn't like to run, so I'm not surprised by that.
well, I mean, technically Justin
Well,
didn't like to run either. But
If you look in college, Justin
had
didn't
to.
run.
He had to. His line was fucking Scotch
This is-
tape and bubble gum. He had to run.
Frank, you still want Justin Fields to be the quarterback of the Bears?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, I'm done with that.
Oh, okay. I sound
done with
that's
that.
just curious. I'm curious. I don't know these opinions, so I'm
Like
asking the
this.
questions so I can know.
If we're going back to the past, did I want Justin Fields
have
and
to?
probably a Marvin Harrison Jr. on my team over a Caleb Williams, which I did not think we were going to get Rome. I didn't think we had any chance of getting Rome. So I probably, if I can go back right now, would take Rome and Caleb over Justin and Harrison because I'm seeing what's going on with Marvin Harrison Jr. right now, and there's
Okay,
a lot of shit.
I got a question. Would you prefer Caleb? Let's say like you didn't get Rome, right? And let's say
Okay.
but you still had Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. Would you rather have Caleb, Keenan? And
Am I
DJ,
trying to win
or
right now? I would
Justin?
rather have Justin.
Caleb.
I wanted to win right
Caleb. It hurts me to say it, but Caleb.
I'm gonna say it's real easy. If I was Ryan Poles, and I know you have to hitch your wagon to your own people, you bring in a Waldron. That's first of all because Getsy was a problem. I don't care what nobody say. 17 screens in one game, you're a problem. But I'm keeping Justin. I'm drafting Marvin Harrison, and I'm drafting Joe Alt with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, and you still picking up Gerald Everett and all this. And we going now we talking playoffs.
Is Joe Alt in your family?
No,
Because
have you
missed
seen
him
Joe
quite a
Alt
lot.
play
now.
football?
Joe Alt is a beast.
He must be like your cousin.
But
Joe
I don't like going to the past. I'm saying this now. Caleb's our quarterback. I want nothing but success for him. But
Gabe asked a question. We're
we're
allowed to
moving
answer.
forward.
Yeah. I thought it was a good
Moving
question.
forward. Caleb's our
Yeah.
quarterback. That's it.
I heard a quote, and this is just being honest. Joe Alt
Fucking A, Jay Grizz. Go
literally
freaking
is
Irish.
a can't miss. Period. I'm talking Joe Thomas. I'm talking Tony Baselli. I'm talking Anthony Moon. Like he can't. He's Hulk smash on the field. Like,
Didn't they say that about Caleb Williams that he's a can't miss prospect though?
some
Absolutely.
people did, but some people say Jaden Daniels is better. A lot of people say, including Orlovsky, say Jaden Daniels is actually the better quarterback. And they had he played in the pro.
Now, when you want to talk,
now
when you want to talk about okay, sorry, I thought we were going to go down to Jaden Daniels rabbit hole where I was like, when you want to talk about guys that are having
I was
wide
just-
receivers, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., those guys are absolute studs, right?
Hey, I agree with you, but I'm just making points to further this argument. Now, the knock that I'm hearing on Marvin Harrison, Frank, I don't know what you've read or heard, but the knock I've read is the coach can't get him to sit down.
Yeah.
Like he won't stop getting up before everybody to go work out. He won't stop going super, super hard in peppering practice. He won't stop staying late after practice to get better and keep proving that he's the best. That is a good problem to have.
Like I like that. I like hearing that, but then at the same time, I'm hearing he's not listening to his coaches. He's not listening to people in the organization.
Who?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
He knew he was a diva when he didn't do anything. Come on.
Yeah, like I mean that's the thing. Well, I mean when we're talking divas and we're talking Caleb Williams, we can't talk divas.
But remember, Justin. Remember this. I'll tell you this. Mark Grody told me this story about Marvin Harrison Jr. that not a lot of people were talking about at the combine. Okay, they didn't do their measurements and everything like that, right? But every player was obligated to touch the microphone and talk to the press that was there. That's why Caleb Williams did it, right?
Yeah.
You saw Caleb Williams, cool as a cucumber, walk up to that motherfucking microphone and be like, "What up?" Right? Cool. Marvin Harris Jr. Everybody was waiting around his podium because he was supposed to go talk. Then finally somebody comes out and they're like, "Hey guys, sorry, but Marvin Harris Jr. is not coming out." They're like, "What?" They're like,
"Yeah." Didn't he leave? He left, right?
Yeah, he left.
That's what I'm saying. So
he left and he was not supposed to.
So
leave.
To me, that's like even more. Where it's like, okay, you don't want to go on a scale, Jaden Daniels. You don't want to see people that you weigh $165, but Caleb Williams, I get it. But Marvin Harrison, I get it. You the man. But to not talk to people, to not do anything, to not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, that part was trash. And I said, that's going to be problems. So that's why that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
He's still going to be the man, though. Who
cares? He's still going to be an elite receiver.
I didn't hear that, Frank. That's why I said,
yeah.
That's why I said I didn't hear that, Frank. That's why that was new to me. But I'm just looking at, and I'm not saying Rome is bad. I like Rome. I like what he did in Washington with Michael Penix.
Loved what he did.
If you gave me the option, Rome or Marvin Harrison, I'm taking Marvin. Period. Point blank.
Of course.
Twice on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
And I just feel, and again,
but I like the Caleb Rome comparison. I like their attitude. I like what they bring, like as far as like just being in the background, being on the plane together. They like knew this was gonna fucking happen, which is absolutely crazy. And
some of that stuff is the worst kept secret. Like who didn't know the Lakers was gonna draft Bronny James? Like, come on, like some shit we know is just gonna happen. You know,
we ain't going to that freaking little diva. I'm not talking about his son. Sorry, I'm talking about his pops.
Yeah.
All I know is this: it's gonna be. You better give me 12 wins in an NFC Championship before I do this. That's all I'm saying.
You're never gonna see me do this.
I still haven't put up that video.
So what are our thoughts about the Bears being highlighted in Hard Knocks? What are our thoughts about that?
I could give two shits.
Damn, Frank, that's how you feel, huh?
I want the team focused on freaking football. I
actually hate it.
Yeah, I didn't want this.
No surprise, JB. No surprise, JB.
Get him.
No surprise.
Wait,
you're fucking
this is the thing. Usually I was always saving this for Foul and JB, but I'm going to bring it out with Gabe and JB.
Ding, ding.
Go ahead. Let her
No, and I'm saying it because now have I watched Hard Knocks in the past? Of course. Did I like seeing, hey, coach want to talk to you? He said, bring your playbook. It's like, oh shit, I know they're getting cut, but when it's the team that I support the most, I don't want no distractions. I don't want no dirty laundry aired. I don't want them not doing what they're supposed to do because it's a camera there. It's a camera there. It's a camera. I just don't want the distraction. We already got a distraction. This man is modeling girls' clothes and shit. I don't need no more distractions. I need football, and I need winning football. I need our defense to be the top 5 defense that they were at the end of the season. Although they played some bad teams, I need that to carry over against some good teams. And I need for us to actually get out of this purgatory that we're in, where the Bears are just the laughing stock.
Yeah.
We ain't beat Green Bay consistently since the early 90s, man. Like, what are we talking
about? I hear that. You guys ever been to I used to go to I'm born and raised in Chicago, so I went to summer camp at like the Park Districts every summer. You know what I'm saying? Like I always do. Do you guys do anything like that, like in the summer?
Yep.
Yeah. Frank
Park
District, or like a sports camp or some shit like that, whatever. And at the end, it's always like your kids are like, oh, bro, I can't believe it. We got to go back to school or got to go back to wherever it is. You know what I'm saying? You have that shared bond, that shared experience. That's what I think this could be for the Bears, right? When you're looking at it from a psychological aspect, right? You're looking at shared bonding, right? Ones like this, where at the end of a term, when Hard Knocks finishes, it can be deemed or seem as like we went through that. We watched it back. We laugh. We get like even when you see reality shows, right? When they go back for the reunion show, sometimes they're like, oh shit, or something. And I feel that could be the case for the Bears on a psychological level, right? I'm not even talking about distraction for the game because I agree with you, JB. I want my team, just like you, to be like a fucking horse right there with the blinders on,
Tunnel vision,
locked in. But I also want that when I feel like they're gonna win the Super Bowl.
You talking about galvanizing the team is what this can do
at this moment, right? I think that's why I think it's good right now, because it's like I don't just like you, I don't expect them to make the playoffs, right? So it's like boom, let that happen now, so that way next year when they come in, hopefully it's a lot of the same faces, right? Hopefully it's a lot of the same people, and now they're back in, and now they're focused on getting to the NFC Championship, maybe winning, you know what I'm saying, doing like that, because I will have those expectations this year. I most certainly will. If I want my team to be good and I'm trying to put them on the trajectory that I want them on, then I expect next year with the draft capital that we got, stop it. You're adding another first rounder to the Bears, 2 second rounders to the Bears, you know what I'm saying, to this team, plus free agency. You know what I mean? Like on top of this team, I think that's now I'm like, okay, you're a team that can compete at least with maybe not the top, but can compete with the top. You know what I'm saying, of the NFC next year. That's my goal. When you look at this Bears team, if your expectations not playoff, look at JB. I'm gonna twist them up into some positivity. If it's not this year, right? If it's not this year, how many years until you expect them to be a playoff team?
I'm hitting next year. Honestly, I'm not hitting this year. I'm hitting next.
I mean, for me, it's a couple of different factors. One, I have to see how Caleb played this year and what the maturation process looks like, right? But I also have to look at our division like this. We have arguably the second or third hardest division in football. Arguably, because
no expectations.
What if JJ McCarthy becomes that guy?
So no expectations to make the playoffs then? So no expectations to make the playoffs?
No, I want to turn the page.
Give me the years. I'm trying to get you some positivity.
Can I give him 2?
Can I give him 2? That's way more positive than I thought it was going to be. I thought you were going to say like 4.
I would think 2.
Okay.
Only 2 because I know that the Lions thing is about to change.
Up DJ too.
In about 2 years, the Lions are going to turn to Hendon Hooker. In about 2 years, Hendon Hooker will be starting at quarterback.
I love Hendon Hooker.
So this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. The same thing that we did, or that you all did with Daniel Dorfman last week. I want to do that.
You want to put up the schedule?
Crooked, can you put up the schedule?
Mm-hmm.
And I want Gabe. We're gonna go through game by game. And Gabe, I want you to give us your super early predictions, and then I want you to tell us why you don't expect them to make the playoffs.
Don Bird can't keep his mouth shut. Typical Detroit fan.
All right, so week 1 here against the Titans.
All right, is this my? You gotta tell me what perspective I have here. Is this my fan's perspective, or is this like?
I want your legit
Gabe the analyst.
Can you mesh the two?
Gabe the analyst, so that's what JB is coming from.
Right.
No fan perspective.
I want to say 13-4 is so bad, but I don't see it.
So bad. Right. I mean, Gabe the analyst definitely is, or excuse me, Gabe the fan has some. Wait, you got to do like +3 probably to whatever I say. Yeah, I say Titans got to be a dub. I don't believe in Will Levis. I think their team is solid, but every team in the NFL is good, and I think that there is a bell curve there, and I'm not necessarily sure they're sitting at the top or on the plus side of it. So I think that's a good victory for them. Week 2, I'm actually I don't know if you guys are going anywhere, man. That's where my family and I we're going to go to Houston for week 2, really? Sunday Night Football. Yeah, man. Week 2, we're going to be out there. It's going to be a barn burner. The fan in me would say yes, but the analysts would say it's difficult to, right? You have a team that's already established in the Houston Texans.
Added an elite receiver to go.
Right. Let's not even talk about, Danielle Hunter being added to the defensive line, to a defense that's already nasty.
With Will Anderson Jr.
Right. Exactly. So the defense is going to be really good. I think Caleb Williams is probably going to struggle in that game. That might be a game that
Stephon Diggs in
yeah, it's just, again, you have a really good team there. So, Bears could shock the world. You never know. But I'll say a loss there. Week 3 against the Colts. Anthony Richardson, I think a lot of people will have him pegged up for like a comeback player of the year, which is very capable of. Michael Pittman's really good. You're going to get a Jonathan Taylor for an entire season. So I think that's going to be a tough game. If it was a boxing match, I call it a draw, right? But is it at home or is it on the road?
That's away.
That's away.
No, that means it's away. Orange is away, Gabe.
Orange is away.
Orange
Yeah.
Orange is away. Okay. I'm gonna say the Bears defense holds them. Bears win like 20-17 or 24-21, like something low like that, where it's a close game at the end. So I say Bears get the dub right there.
So you got them 2-1 right now.
2-1 right there. I think they lose to the Rams. I think Matthew Stafford just, professionals the Bears. You know what I'm saying? He's just a professional. I think, yeah. Even though Puka Nacua might not be there for week 4, but Matthew Stafford to find a way to do something. And I think that Sean McVay really want to prove something this season. I think last year
they did lose their defensic player, though. Let's not forget.
I think more of a reason to want to come out and prove something. I think that last year he was playing with house money, and he did well. And he was like, "Wait, hold up. If I have a little bit more, I probably could do more." So I think they're gonna be playing hard, especially at the beginning of the season. They might, get an injury, and just kind of wave the white flag. But I think in week 4, Bears and the Rams, that's gonna be tough. Week 5, get a dub there against the Panthers. Week 6, I'm gonna say
London.
I think.
Oh, that's in London.
Yeah, that's in London.
Thank you for that. So what I got the Bears at right now? 3-2. Yeah, I think right there. I don't know. Can I go? I'm gonna pass. I'll go back on a week. I'll go to week 8.
Yeah, we gotta come back to that.
New shit. Week 8.
Are we gonna call it a tie? They're gonna tie that.
No. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna see where I'm at in my win totals. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be proper. You know what I'm saying? Week 8, Commanders dub. Jaden Daniels, he's gonna suffer. He's gonna struggle, bro. He might be injured by week 8 or whatever it is right there. Week 9.
Let me ask you this really quick.
Sure.
Bears records these past few years coming off of bye weeks are not good.
Yeah,
that's what I'm worried about.
I'm not. This is a brand new team, brand new players. Look, Kyle Long said it best. We as Bears fans need to reprogram ourselves. We are no longer this team that's going to be doing this. We had to have a different outlook. And so coming off a bye week stat bullshit, nah, I'm out.
Still got the same coach though.
Absolutely.
That's fine. And when he came off the week 2 years ago off a bye week, everybody thought he was the fucking man when he was crushing people after that. So you got to give him the benefit of that as well. All right. So week 8 against the Commanders, I say that. Losing against or whatever.
No question.
Losing against the 49ers.
Yeah, beating the Patriots. Losing the first game against the Packers. Vikings winning that one. Losing against the Lions. What's my record right now? What I got him at right now? Let me see. What's that? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Produce me up. T.
3-2, 3-3, 4-3, 4-4, 5-4, 5-5, 6-5.
4-6.
You're 7-7 right now. Dude. Going into Arizona.
No, because he skipped the Jag.
Oh, he skipped Jacksonville, so we forgot we got the skipper.
I'm 6-7. I'm 6-7
You're
then.
6-7 right now.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, dub against the Cardinals. That's week 8 dub. Man, dub against the Vikings, and then loss. Put that dub against the Jaguars.
Really? Loss.
Wait,
wow.
So you're getting a swept versus the Lions and swept.
Okay, hold on. You can't come at me for every single pick I make to try to argue against what my things are.
I'm not arguing. I'm just
let me get my win totals. That's what does that make me right now?
Not good.
Okay, that gives me a 9 though.
That
gives me a 9
I thought
victories.
you said 9 originally, 8 or 9. So I got you at 9. I have you at 9 and 8.
That's 9 and 7.
9 and 8. That sounds right. 9 and 8.
But you didn't say the Jags.
Yeah, I put them at the very end. That's what put me at 9.
He was 8-8, and he gave the Jags a win. And made us 9 and 8.
8-8. Okay.
No. It's 9 and 8.
Jags made him 9 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh, the Jags.
Yeah, that sounds right. 9 and 8. Yeah.
I have him 10 and 7. So.
Yeah.
Well, that I guess
and the only thing I wanted to say
playoff thing. Because
I think the Titans is a swing game because it's the first game of the season. We don't know. I definitely do not trust us on the road in London with Jacksonville. Hell, Jacksonville has been on the road in London the last, if I'm not mistaken, 4 years.
Mhm.
So they're kind of used to it. We are not. We've been once, and you saw what the Raiders and Josh Jacobs did to us. Wasn't pretty. Wasn't pretty. The other thing is, I don't know why people are like kind of dismissing the Lions and the Vikings. Like, who's to say that J.J. McCarthy is not out there tearing it up too with a Justin Jefferson and a Jordan Addison, and they have a damn good tight end too.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Like T.J. Hawkinson.
I talked to their TV analyst. He said he was struggling mightily, and that's why Donald's going to get that job.
But again, it's OTAs. It'll get it right, but still, I don't see.
Yeah, it's a good. It seems like we're all around the same thing, though. I got him at 9. JB got him at 9. You got him at 10. Frank, I didn't hear T what yours win total was, but
he was like
12 and 5. 12 and 5. 12 and 5. Playoffs.
Hey, I hope you are right, my friend. I hope you are right, my friend.
I gotta be right.
Thank you,
I
Jay.
will say I have more fan in my prediction than I do a realist or analyst or whatever. I have more fan in my prediction. But 12 and 5, the expectation for me is playoffs this year.
Cool.
So saying that, let's go ahead to that commercial. I gotta pee.
Yeah, wash your hands. Waiting on that commercial.
Commish?
We lost Commish. He's not in the background anymore there, T.
He's not?
No, I don't know what happened to him.
Oh,
probably forgot to put the charger on. He let the computer die. All right, let me find that commercial because he just made a nice badass new one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Is this the Moore's Part 2, I'm guessing?
I guess so.
It sounds good to me.
Oh, there he is. He's back. I don't care who does.
Yo, what you trying to be? King. Yeah, I said it. I'm trying to be king. You crazy. I'm real. King of what?
Okay, bow down. Let the trumpet sound. Roll out the red carpet. 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 Roll out the red carpet.
Let's hit that.
We are back. There he is, Gabe. He gotta bounce up out of here. But it was great having him on.
Still waiting for my Moors, bro. Still waiting for my Moors.
I'm still waiting for mine too. I don't get any verbs.
I got it in the trunk. I got
JB. I'm like, what? I need that.
I got you. I got the blue kind. What kind is it, JB? The blue can.
You all right there, JB?
You froze?
I am. I'm good.
What is the blue can?
What flavor is the blue can?
No, I don't have. I have the green. It's called Crolish or Coles or something. It's
Yeah, Coles. That's it. That's it.
Coles.
Yeah. I have those in my trunk. So I will make sure that you get some, Gabe.
I got you.
Maybe when we go to Houston.
You guys are going to Houston?
I still got to get my ticket.
Oh, okay.
I got my ticket for London.
You're going to London?
I'm gonna try to get my work to pay for it.
I've never been across the pond. They say don't say that when you go over there. Don't say across the pond, but I've never been across the pond.
Don't say across the pond. Why?
I don't know. That's
just what they say. Okay. Well,
all right, fellas, man. I appreciate you guys having me on as always, man.
We appreciate you, bro. We appreciate
Yeah.
you,
All
man.
right, Gabe.
Peace out.
Always,
Take care,
man.
man.
Y'all really don't know shit, man. No, just like
Man, I love having Gabe on, man. He is a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. But you know what? Fun is gonna continue because we're gonna bring in our guy who has the foulest mouth in the city. My man, Foul Mouth C.
Fellas, what's up?
Foul Mouth,
Oh.
what's going on, man?
Man, not much. Chilling.
You bullsed out today, huh?
I just got on a red shirt and it got some pretty vulgar words on it in a Bulls hat.
So you felt like you had to match.
Hey, nice little swag for a late Tuesday night.
Right. Okay. All right.
See y'all had Gabe on, man.
Yeah, man. We had Gabe on, man. It's always fun to have him on. And
Yeah.
of course, he has some great opinions and great insight.
Him and JB were kind of going at it a little bit. It was some fun stuff.
We were not going at it.
It was more. You guys had more the PG version of going at it as opposed to you have the rated R.
He
version.
just asked, was I a cynic? And I'm like, yes.
That's just how Gabe is, man. It was fun. That's how Gabe is, and we love him for it.
I am.
Like, well, my ass, I will be there in Houston. I will be down there in Houston. So, yeah.
I'm gonna try to get to Houston, man, but I definitely got my London ticket.
Yeah.
So I will be there drinking tea and eating crumpets.
Hey, you better. You better. Yeah, I just got through watching Hard Knocks, Chicago Bears. So.
Thoughts?
Crooked, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. We don't want it. Where did Crooked go, man?
He's still on there.
Is he?
Get him out. Get him out. Play the clip. Get him out. Go. Hell,
it was okay start. Not bad.
Crooked.
Not bad.
He had to change your heart.
Bobby, put him in the bathroom. Sonny, any mushes in there ain't gonna fit. I don't give a fuck. Put him in.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Well, look. So
Coffee Cake, I don't want him to see that face right there. Coffee Cake, get him the fuck out of here.
Coffee Cake. Great movie.
Tomorrow,
we're
actually going to start the show. We're actually going to start a show tomorrow where we're going to break down everything that we saw in Hard Knocks. And Foul Mouth, I know you ready to go. I know you ready to go, but we don't want to do it tonight.
No, we ain't gonna do it tonight. I can save it for tomorrow.
JB Frank, sorry you all can't be a part of that.
I see Don Burr wrong his ass in the comment section.
I don't have HBO. Don Burr, if you're listening, dude, we have asked a million times for you to come on here one day when we're playing the Lions, but you're just a soft ass little bitch who won't fucking come on and debate us when we're doing it. So maybe if I'm saying it, maybe if we come at him a little bit, then maybe he'll come.
No, I can't let you do that. Remember, Don Burr is over the water serving our country. He's in a submarine most of the time. So
that wasn't
he
Don
cannot
Burr.
just always just. That was Don Burr.
Was that Don Burr?
Don Burr also is in the service, yes.
I did not know that. Don Burr, I fucking apologize. I
I'm
didn't.
gonna say Don Burr don't come on nobody's shit, but he always comments though.
He always talks his shit.
Hey, I'm glad we got some international flavor because between him and Crazy, we worldwide now. So,
like T Spurry said, now you use King League.
Huh?
Now you use King League.
We're still quoting that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's across the seas too.
See, and you see what, and this is what I was afraid of. You see what Bullets just said? I'm gonna leave that to you, Foul. Either you want to answer it or you want to talk offline. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, God.
We're gonna talk about.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Take that off the screen.
we're not talking about it tomorrow.
We can be
You
in the
two are talking about it tomorrorow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we ain't gonna talk about it on here at all.
Jay Grizz, don't do that. Don't do that, Jay Grizz. Don't do that. We real around here. We all know that analytics is what cost Dan Campbell that damn playoff game because the Lions should have been in the Super Bowl. They left 9 points on the board because they didn't kick field goals and they went for it on 4th down.
Well, hey, like I sit up there and tell people all the time, man, people keep giving. Hey, Detroit came up last season. Thing is this: you're gonna keep living and dying by that motherfucking sword, and they died by that motherfucker last year, and they gonna keep dying by it if he gonna keep doing that dumbass shit.
It's the playoffs. And what foul me and you was talking? What's due? Damn it! I just thought about it. You called me Sunday, didn't you? And I didn't. I was with Curtin and that's the story.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen to the Chargers coach? He kept going for it on 4th down. And they eventually said, "You're an idiot," and got rid of his Brandon Staley, right?
Yeah, you're gonna keep doing that dumbass shit. I mean, it's cool when it works. You know, everybody be calling you a genius and pumping you up and telling you how you got fucking coconut balls and all that type of shit. But at the end, if that shit ain't working, they gonna get rid of your ass. So let them go ahead and keep doing that dumbass shit.
To me, analytics, and I'm just gonna say it, analytics is the worst thing that happened to sports. All that did was put a bunch of so-called egghead algorithm defining MFers into sports. Because all that analytic stuff with Moneyball, how many championships did the Oakland A's win with that? I can tell you how many they won without analytics. 2. And they went to 3. You know who else suffers from analytics? Everybody in basketball that says it's better to shoot a 3 than it is to shoot a 2. But when you look in the playoffs and the finals, what teams win? The team that seems to shoot the mid-range and go to the free throw line.
Hey, you're not wrong on that. Hey, I want an opinion on one of the comments. Samuel, that's not true, my man. The Lions were, 15 and 17 last year at the field goal? That's not bad. They didn't kick the ball a lot. But they weren't bad when they kicked their field goals.
I mean, that has nothing to do with it because they were doing that shit the year before. I mean, that's what they coach does. He goes for it on 4th down. So, I mean, you're gonna keep living by that damn sword. Go on here. You're gonna die by that motherfucker too.
You look good when it works. You look like shit. You got to take it.
I mean, you're going to get all the plays in the glory when it works. And when it doesn't, you're going to give all the negativity too.
But I agree with
that's
the
That's the thing, though, fellas, about analytics. What was that? If you go back to the Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl versus the Patriots, and they said analytics stated because of how much they were winning by, change the game plan and they'll win the game. They went by analytics. They scaled it down. You're winning 28-3. Damn it, I need to win 48-3. Steve Spurrier mentality. Keep your foot on their throat and keep going. I'm tired of that. Getsy did that same crap with us last year. 28 points is our watermark. And what did Denver do? Came right back and ate that 28 points up. Like, we got to stop. Analytics they can say what they want. I like old school coaches. Coach with your knowledge and your gut. Coach with your knowledge and your gut. Stop coaching with pie, 3.14 and another million numbers afterwards. Stop coaching like that. Keith Sperry, turnovers is a part of the game, but when you hit the bully in the mouth, because Detroit, there's no way everybody on this panel was watching that same game and everybody was like, damn, Detroit actually about to beat these dudes.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jay Good. That's it.
4th and 1 at the 30. Oh, let's go for it. No, take the points.
I don't give a fuck. I'll put it to you like this. I don't give a fuck if he is 82%. 82% is a higher percentage than you sitting up there. What's the odds of him getting it on a 4th and 1? What's his percentage of getting it on a 4th and 1?
More than the
I don't know. We're going by analytics. Which one is higher?
You have David Montgomery. You shouldn't have any issues getting it at 4th and 1, though, regardless. But
especially since you're supposed to have this cold running back tandem.
Yeah.
How about it's the NFC Championship game? We are up by 14. Let's go up by 17. Hey, we stopped them again. We're up by 17. Let's go up by 20.
That is called a 3-score
Instead
game.
of that,
3-score game.
Instead of that, 3-score game. Instead of that, you don't score no points and you come back and what'd you lose by? 5, 4, 6, something like that. You blew the game. You blew the game.
Yeah, that is
So
true.
I don't want no. Please, I pray Matt Eberflus don't fall into no analytic crap.
So,
yeah, we ain't talking about the Lions. They were a great story last year.
So did you guys talk about? I'm sorry. Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna go back and watch Hard Knocks tonight too, just to get a feel. But like we were talking with Gabe Fowl, my only thing was I don't want the folly of the camera to take precedent over, hey, we here to work, we got a mission. Because we've seen that on Hard Knocks before, where it became really, really Hollywood and less about football. I don't want them to fall into that.
Well, yeah, and like I was saying, I said something earlier. I think I said it in our group chat that I can understand why a lot of people would feel that way because the Chicago Bears haven't been winning lately, but it isn't like, you know, the reason why they haven't been winning is because, you know, of outside influences, you know, people trying to be Hollywood or, you know, doing things in the locker room. The reason why they haven't been winning is just because, one, they haven't had a good enough roster, and two, the coaching, you know what I'm saying, and also maybe the front office as well, you know, and lack of execution. That's the reason why that they haven't been winning. So I don't really think that Hard Knocks being there will really determine that they win or lose, or that the organization, or more importantly, the players will lose focus. I think that's not going to be a deterrent anyway in what they do this year.
Not a deterrent. I was saying not deterrent from the goal, but added pressure.
I don't think that's going to do anything.
Okay, I hope not. I just too. What was that? The Ravens season? I was just like, these fools, they acting a damn fool on this Hard Knock show.
I mean, well, you know what the Ravens, the thing about the Ravens was like that anyway, though. When you look at those cast of characters that they had, the Ravens was like that anyway. You know, you had between the Ray Lewises, the Tony Saragulas.
That was the what's his name? Number 55. That was the Terrell Suggs one.
Terrell Suggs, all those type of guys. You know, when you start thinking about those type of players, you know what I'm saying, they had a cast of characters that was like that. So I'm not surprised with them at all. That's just the Ravens. Those were the personalities that they have. When you look at the Chicago Bears, I mean, even when they were announced that the Bears were having Hard Knocks, people were sitting up there saying like, man, who on the Bears would actually, you know, be somebody that people will really be intrigued on, to see like what he's gonna say, what he's gonna do, like really be focused in on.
It's Caleb. It's gotta be.
Yeah,
Caleb.
it's I agree. It was Caleb.
There's no.
I mean, that's the obvious choice, but they talking about somebody that's gonna have that personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Caleb's going to be the obvious choice because he's the number one pick, but they just talking about someone that personality is going to, you know, saying draw you in, where you're like, man, you got to see what he's going to do next, you know, or what he's going to say next. Someone that's going to bring you in like that. That's what I'm saying. We don't. That's why everybody was trying to think about like whose personality will be that type of person. We don't have that really on the squad. So they were just naming people that they think that could possibly do that. And we really don't have that type of person. So it is what it is.
That type of coach. Like he don't.
Nah, we really don't. I mean, we don't. We don't have that type of coach at all. I mean, it'd be different if we had Dicker, you know what I'm saying? We were talking about the 85 fucking Bears. Shit, that should be must-see TV. Yeah.
Well,
it'd be must-see TV.
The Levy Super Bowl.
Briggs, yeah, even if you want to go with, you had Briggs, Urlacher, you had Peanut, he could be funny. Yeah.
Devin.
Yeah, Devin, who else was in there that was a fucking a character? Shit, Olin. You know, being all fiery and shit. Yeah, so it would have been a cast of characters. Shit, hell, Tommy, Mike Brown. You know, so
Tommy, for sure.
yeah,
For sure.
so it would have been a cast of characters.
That would have been and I know the Bears have avoided it for many, many years, and it just eventually caught up to us. I don't think, like I said, I hope it doesn't have any bearing because if I'm not mistaken, I read something today that said that Caleb should play a few series against Buffalo, which is our next preseason.
Yeah, so he will be playing today. That's what I was going to ask you too. I didn't, because I was watching Hard Knocks. I didn't get a chance to watch you guys earlier. I know I think everybody came back today. I know Wright was back, Tevin Jenkins was back. Nate Davis still didn't practice, but he should be on his way.
He was there. He was there today because Eberflus cut him out.
He practiced with the second team. He didn't practice.
Okay, so he practiced with the second team. Okay, but other than that, basically the whole offensive line was back. He didn't say it in a press conference early this morning, but he did talk to I want to say what's her name, Stacey Dales and somebody else, and he did announce that Caleb Williams will be playing in a preseason game. So
he needs to.
Good, and I mean, this is the time I saw that he, like you just said, Frank, he got demoted to the with the second players. I mean, second string. Ryan Bates is actually starting at right guard. Right currently. So they still won't listen, foul. They still won't let Jenkins go to the right. I mean, if Nate ain't playing, I would, you know what I'm saying? Like we hear, like let him go, but I
swear to God, if Jenkins hurts his back again, I'm gonna fucking sweet chin music someone's ass. He needs to be on the fucking
Braxton Jones and Booker. Booker got into it. They had a fight actually. Like
a couple. Yeah. Also, I was gonna say that it was a big debate that everybody was talking about recently. I know on a lot of shows that with the offensive line being down and hurt, should they risk putting Caleb even out there? And someone was like, well, yeah, you need to have him get out there and get some reps, because they was like, well, what you going to do if the regular season comes up and the offensive line is, not up to par? What you going to sit up there and say, oh, well, Caleb's not going to play because the offensive line is not up to par? It's just that if the offensive line is not up to par, you have to change up your scheme about what you're going to run. You might have to put in more 12 personnel or 11 personnel, something like that. That's all. He still needs to get in his reps, because you don't want to pull a situation like you did last year and shit, just one fucking screen pass and it goes for a goddamn touchdown and you don't see his ass no more for the rest of the fucking preseason. Or he goes in the next goddamn game and second play they bust one and you don't see him no more. He gets in about 4 fucking reps the whole damn preseason, and then you go into the regular season and you get your ass handed to you. So
wasn't it Darnell Wright who came out too and said it was like, because Darnell Wright struggled the first few games of his NFL career. And it was like, I didn't get any reps in the preseason, man. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. I was just like, I hate that soft ass shit where I don't get enough reps. I understand playing them for a full quarter. Fine. Full quarter, few series, get your reps in, man. We need everyone to get their reps in. This is a whole new offensive scheme we have right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you need it. Like you said, you need everybody to get their reps in. Him being a rookie, he needs to get a little taste of seeing another defense outside of his own, seeing other players outside of his own. Because I know right now they probably in practice at least 8 or 9. So he sort of got a feel for what his defensive backs can do, what the linebackers can do, what his defensive linemen can do. He needs to see different people. I'm pretty sure he's going and got a little adjusted to what our defensive calls are. So he needs to see something different. It's just that simple.
And he needs to feel what it's like to get pressured for real.
Yeah.
And get hit for real.
And get hit for real.
Not get yelled at if Sweat bumps into you hard.
Yeah.
But something that if you go back up to where Keith Sperry said at 9:30, there's been a ton of injuries around the league.
I hate that last word safe though, man. I'm so tired of that fucking word.
I do, but I also feel, now hear me out, fellas. Not saying I'm right, but I can just go off of history. There seems to be more injuries now in the more modern game of football
when you're playing
because they don't practice as hard in the off season. Now their real actual practices are like the second or third preseason game, and then like the first or second real game.
Yeah. And supposedly people are arguing with us about this, me specifically, when I say that. There's like, well, there's less season-ending injuries. I'm like, no, I don't think there is.
Where's the data on that for real? Because
I don't know if there's any data that you can put. When I'm thinking of all the people who went out with ACL injuries, like all the people, Achilles injuries, dislocated collarbones, all that type shit, I see that more now than I did, say, back in the 2000s.
It's the reverse in basketball.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Play like
you
a
got
bitch.
load management basketball with all these players that can't play 82 games. But all we saw in the 80s and 90s was people playing 80 plus, 70 plus games. Because you know why? The kids are burnt out because they played more AAU games than they've played high school and college combined. They're wearing themselves down. Whereas in football,
also we know
toughening themselves up.
Yeah, and also we know what this game has become now. You know, the game it's money. It's money driven now. You know, there's more money being passed around, and it's all about money now. So these owners and agents and players, they don't want to sit up there and risk injury due to the money that's being handed out and given. So, you know, at the end of the day, the only way you're going to get better is by playing. It's just that simple, you know. And they keep trying, and the NFL keeps trying to change up the rules, you know, as far as with player safety. And I totally get it. I totally get it. With this whole kickoff shit, that shit looked odd as hell. It looked odd.
It was the first run around. Let's see how the preseason.
Yeah.
It was very confusing for sure.
I was just about to say, because I seen already, you know, one of the Chicago Bears, he left early and they called a penalty. Even the rules for the shit is fucking confusing, but we're going to have to give it a couple weeks to see how it goes. But right now, that shit just seems a little odd just watching them do this shit.
Hey, did anyone see Devin Hester's interview about that?
I heard him say he would like to try to do it.
Yeah, he was like sitting. He was like, I mean, it is very nicely driven to the point where it's really good for the return game, which I'd love to see it. But then he was like, but man, yeah, it was confusing as hell. I ain't gonna lie about that. Like, and it was question.
Because they said they wanted, the reason why they did this shit, because they said they wanted more kickoffs to be returned. But guess what? Go back to the old format. But now they're talking about, you know, safety and all this. You can't have it both ways.
We are all very smart, and propaganda is bullshit. If you're a coach right now and they are telling you if they don't kick the ball within this little 20-yard zone, every time you're kicking the end zone, you get it at the 30. The first thing I'm going to tell you is you better not return that damn ball, because we're going to get it at the 30 if it goes into the end zone.
Yeah, let the ball go. Shit.
I'm going to let the ball go to the end zone.
Absolutely, every time.
So now it's like, why do we even have kickoffs?
Just start at the 25.
Every
fucking time. Don't even have them, yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. If you pull that ball out the end zone and you get to like the 17, I'm going to be mad. We could have had it at the 30. No, it's not, Keith. It's the 30.
No, it's the 30
you
now,
the ball
Keith.
into the end zone.
Yep.
You
Touchback, you get it back at the 30-yard line now.
You get it at the 30. I don't
think there was one touchback in that game. Yeah, there was one touchback.
Well, it's crazy now.
Did it 21 yards, so you got one more yard, right? In the return game, you got one more yard than what than what the average was. It's like an average of 21 something. Whatever.
I mean, me personally, I would love to see them go back to how it was traditionally, because like even now, the way they got the rules set up, it just seems like it just shortens the length of field that a team can go now. You know, I used to love the long drive that a team had to take to get down the field. Now it's like you do the slightest little thing and teams at the, like you said, at the fucking 30 now. Like, okay, damn, they ain't even got that far to go. You know, 20 fucking yards and you at the 50. Like, come on. And that ain't shit but a slight little break in a run or a fucking little 20-yard little fucking pass, and bam, you there at the fucking 50.
You
Just
in plus
that
territory.
Yeah, just that damn fast. Like, come on, man.
And I think it's driven towards raising scoring, because scoring equals viewership. Viewership equals money. We get it.
Yeah, but yeah, until it gets like the fucking NBA, when it gets boring, when y'all you sit up there seeing the scoring and scoring and scoring, you like shit. Like when it becomes like the fucking all-star game where you don't want to see that shit no more.
Talking about the games where they've taken more threes than twos.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't want to see that no more.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't like seeing a 55 to 54 scoring game. Like, fuck.
Nah, that shit's boring.
Those used to be anomalies, but
White Sox are winning, everyone. Look at that.
But go to the Cowboys. Go to the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys were 12-5, right? They averaged 29 points a game. They were the number one scoring team in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. Points are going to come, right? Yeah. You look at the Chiefs, minus 27 drops or whatever they had. They still, average, I think, a little like 22, 23 points a game. Like, points are going to come because of just the evolution of offenses, period. What we need to do is take advantage of some of those opportunities of scoring in the passing game, scoring in the evolution of the forward pass, because that's what we haven't done. We would rely on Devin Hester to score points before our offense.
It was more exciting to watch Devin
We
Hester.
would rely on our defense one year to score more points than our offense. Like, we got to get out of that.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
It was all run game for offense.
Yeah.
It's all running games and then your special teams.
Yeah, but see, I mean, a person like Devin Hester, like, even like that's just an anomaly. That's like something rare that you don't see. Like, one thing that I can say, like, about Chicago, you think about it over the years, just in our sports history, we've been spoiled because we've gone and had some special people come through here and play that have gone and captivated the sport, and just like where you just like, all right, I'm gonna hold this piss real quick because I know this person is up or this person is about to do something. Let me hold real quick. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have either Michael Jordan, Derrick Rose, Devin Hester, Walter Payton, Gale Sayers, people like that where, you know what I'm saying, hell, you can even just recently, even Justin Fields with his ability to take off and go 0 to 100 just that damn fast, We've been fortunate to sit up there to have that. We've been very blessed.
Speak on it. We get it in more, and we had it in hockey. Taves and Kaner and all
with Taves and Kane. Yeah. And now we got Bedard.
Bedard. Sosa, you know what I'm saying? We get those.
Yeah, even with Sosa,
We just don't have that organization who knows how to build people around that one guy. Like that's
sustainability.
Yep.
Yeah.
Long-term sustainability is our biggest problem, but right now, as presently constructed on
Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor,
the dominant pitching staff, right?
Dominant pitchers, So we've gone and had that, So it's just sometimes shit. She can get there. I mean, she's
not there yet, but she's on her way.
She makes it watchable for me. Shit, I've been watching their ass more than I watch the Bulls.
I did too.
She can get there, but don't forget, for 1 year we had it with Candace Parker. We had it.
It's true. We did have Candace Parker,
Yeah.
And we won.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Ryan Poles has surrounded us, if nothing else, fellas, with hope. Would y'all agree?
100%.
If nothing else, he's surrounded us with hope, right? With that hope, to T's point, comes expectations. And I am all for expecting greatness. I'm all for expecting, let's make this work like it's scripted to work. I'm also, you can't pull me by the nose no more, because I've seen this story before when we was on paper, when we had the Brandon Marshalls and the Alshon Jeffries and the Jay Cullers and the Matt Fortes and the offensive line. That was just great. and then something always happened. So my apprehensiveness doesn't come because I'm some sociopathic cynic. No, it comes because I've seen this movie rebooted for decades. How many times are we going to watch the original Jason and compare it to the new Jason or the new Jason or the new Jason?
Still watch the original ones.
Yeah.
We still claim it to the 85 Bears, fellas. And it's time to get out that shadow. It's time. Yeah. And we were little as hell, y'all. We were peewees. But that's all we have to hang our hat on.
I wasn't even born.
30, 40 years later.
I was swimming in a nutsack.
We had us with Lovey. We had us with Lovey, and we thought it was going to go somewhere, but it didn't. Now Ryan Poles has put us back on the map to where at least the conversations are being had, right? But you got to be real. Hell,
speaking of Lovey,
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Speaking of Lovey, did you see the ovation that he got at the Hall of Fame?
He did get a.
Now that I did see, which
was awesome.
Did y'all see how many former Bears were actually there?
Who's the one who came out and said that? Somebody.
Man, I saw Peanut. I saw Matt Forte. Like, it was just so many former Bears there, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, those units were literally.
I have a total brain fart. Who was the announcer who actually said that? The one who always did that.
Chris Berman.
Berman, thank you. He was the one who came out and said, he was like, "Are we in Chicago, man? What the hell is this?"
Hey, Jordan.
Like straight up said, like, it was insane how many Bears fans were there.
Yeah. Then also, so I don't know if you guys mentioned it at all today, but the Bears did restructure DJ Moore's contract. So now they've gone and saved some money on the cap space. They turned, I think, his money this year into a signing bonus.
Oh, so they took the whole salary of the extension of this year.
And turned it into a signing bonus or something. So now they gone and added additional, I think, $10+ million or something like that. They gone and did some wild, crazy shit. Poles gone and did to free up, I think, maybe some money for this year and next year. So they got more salary cap space this year and I think for next year.
We talked about that earlier on with the Keenan Allen thing. When you front load the money, or turn some of the actual annual salary into the bonus, you actually save money. That's what Patrick Mahomes did.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have a general manager who actually knows what the fuck he's doing when it comes down to the money on that stuff. Because we always overpaid and then we were always screwed.
Yeah.
That's because you didn't have the right person doing the numbers.
Yeah, no question about that. But it's nice to have the right person now.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about the general manager. I'm talking about the people under the general manager that actually do the calculations, because you can always hide the money somewhere or
Speaking
that's
of
one
which,
of the things Tom Brady, I give a lot of credit to. They be like, "Oh, Tom Brady only makes $29 million a year." Yeah, but Tom Brady got like a $30 million signing bonus.
Yeah, he did. What up, Tues?
Up front. Like, he got that shit up front before he stepped on the field.
Yeah, matter of fact, speaking of which, hey, Crook, play that clip of Saban talking to Flus. I'm glad that he did have Nick Saban come in and talk to him. Huh?
Oh, I thought this was Hard Knocks.
Here's my theory on why NFL quarterbacks fail at such a dramatic rate. To me, expectations are a killer. This kid's got so much media, so much hype, so much expectation on doing well. And he has to develop so quickly to meet the expectations that everybody has for him. It's almost impossible. The expectations are a killer, but yet, to use your word, development is the key for him. You know, like Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions when he was a rookie. It's the most in the history of all.
Manning looks to throw, tipped and intercepted. It's unbelievable. Put the nail on it.
But it didn't affect him. It's like the scoreboard. The scoreboard don't mean anything until the game's over.
Where's T. Nick? Is that not what we've been saying?
1,000% perfectly said right there. 1,000%. And Nick Saban can't develop a good NFL quarterback, unfortunately. But But that was perfectly said because I couldn't agree anymore about that. It's the expectations. When you come in thinking that's the problem with the Bears. You always got to fucking come in with expectations because you're a Bears quarterback.
But that's pressure undue. How about you learn the game, man? Learn the damn game. And what happens when that Peyton Manning clip? I pray, and you heard it here first, Fal. You can hold me accountable like you always do. If Caleb Williams throws 28 interceptions his rookie year, but turns out to be Peyton Manning, sign me up.
Yep.
Because I know something coming. You feel me? I know something's on the way.
Yeah. The only thing that I say about that is that I don't want him to throw 28 interceptions because I feel like he wouldn't have to because of what he has around him. You know, Peyton Manning threw that because his team wasn't worth shit. You know, this guy actually has a legitimate defense and he has superior weapons around him.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want him to throw 20. If he throws 28 interceptions, shit, I'm going to be like, fuck.
Peyton Manning didn't have much.
Because obviously something went fucking wrong.
Because of the career that Manning had.
Definitely. But I can see why Peyton Manning threw those because, you know, he didn't really have anything around him, no defense.
He had to learn the game.
Yeah, he had to learn the game. You know, they were just like, shit, fuck it. You know, this your rookie year. We ain't really got shit around. We gonna go ahead and let you just go out there and play balls to the wall. Fuck it. We ain't expecting to win. You know what I'm saying? Their expectations wasn't as high as ours is this year. You know?
Well, twofold for that, right? Because one of those things is, like you said, what was he surrounded by? But the expectations, because remember, he had the whole battle thing between him and Ryan Leaf coming out of college. So there was a little bit of pressure, not from social media because it didn't exist, but there was a little pressure. But, you know, that team wasn't terrible. I mean, you know, you had Marvin Harrison, you had Marshall Faulk, you know what I'm saying? You had I want to say they had back in the day, what's that tight end name? Ken Dilger. You had Zach Crockett, which was a fullback that could do like speed stuff.
Yeah, Crockett was decent, yeah.
They had a horrible.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't have a terrible team, but
they just like someone said, they just had him and Edgerrin James, really.
And then remember, your coach was Jim Mora. Playoffs, you know, like.
Oh yeah,
they had it right. You feel me? Like that. You knew eventually that team was gonna turn around. Like that team had enough people on it that the Jim Mora. Because I want to say, didn't they go? Who can fact check me real quick? Didn't they go 3-13 his rookie year with 28 picks and 26 touchdowns? Then the next year they went 13-3 and went to like the division round of the playoffs. Somebody check me on that because it was like the biggest turnaround in NFL history or something like that. Next to Troy Aikman. Remember, Troy Aikman went over.
Yeah, Troy Aikman sucked ass.
Yeah, people forget about that, right?
Yeah,
Troy Aikman sucked.
Troy Aikman was
giving you another one too. Kurt Warner walked into a great situation. He had a great team around him. Great coach.
Yeah, but he was. But that's the thing about Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner wasn't a rookie.
Yeah. Well, Kurt Warner was.
He was a rookie, but he was a guy that's.
He had a lot of experience.
He had a lot of experience. Yeah.
But I mean, he walked into a great situation. Like when you walk into a great situations where you still did, they didn't give a lot of expectations for him because they didn't think he was going to be that.
But here's my thing. See, sometimes when you compare and you say, well, it's apples to oranges, right? But it's still fruit. Nobody has walked into the caliber of weapons that Caleb Williams currently has. That's just never happened to that magnitude. But Peyton Manning walking in and you got Marshall Faulk and Marvin Harrison and Ken Duke, like you got some dope names. I want to say foul right after that. Didn't Andrew Luck walk into something not as potent, but something similar with
it wasn't
T.Y. Hilton?
He walked into something better than Peyton Manning did it for sure.
What's the other one? Not T.Y. Hilton, number 87.
Reggie Wayne.
Wayne. Yeah, Reggie Wayne.
Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, Jeff Saturday. He walked into a pretty good
established
thing too, right?
Room. Yeah, very good
established. But that doesn't happen often as a rookie.
Especially
I'm not talking about we traded for somebody like, Steve Young got traded from Tampa Bay and bagged up Joe Montana all them years and then just did what Joe Montana did. I'm talking about a straight up rookie off the street like, damn, look what I got. Most rookies be like, I have nothing. Literally, most rookies, I have nothing.
Yeah, I mean, because you look at most rookies when most rookies come in, their team is like their last, like someone was saying, you got to remember the Chicago Bears wasn't the worst team in the league. Hell, even the year before, they wasn't the worst fucking team in the fucking league. They may have the worst record in the league, but they were not the fucking worst team in the league, okay?
That was pure tankness right there.
Yeah, that was pure fucking tank mode. So we already know teams that, I mean, it's very rare that a team that was probably a couple games away from making the fucking playoffs get the number 1 pick in the NFL.
Not with no 7 wins, you don't.
Yeah, you don't. You don't get that with 7 fucking wins.
Sometimes you flip it and you get those 9 wins, you still might not get it.
Yeah, so it's very difficult to do.
That's why I say Ryan Poles has set the table. We just got to make sure the food tastes good.
Yeah.
Not we. They got to make sure the food tastes
Coach has got a good spice on this.
But that's why I hope people temper expectations and let Caleb mature. You have to be okay with him making mistakes because he's a rookie. Yeah. You have to be okay with that.
It's going to happen.
It's 12-5 and 13. Man, that's ambitious. It happens great.
Man, you already know how these fucking fans are. They hear shit from the national media. They hear shit from the local media. They hear shit from a lot of these podcast people that are fucking sitting up here calling this kid like the next motherfucking Messiah. They gonna get on his ass the minute something don't look right. If the Bears start out 0-4, they gonna be coming down on flus. They gonna be sitting up there saying, "Oh, they're failing Caleb Williams. Oh, he's a bust," and all this type of bullshit.
Unless he's the problem, then he's the bust.
Yeah. They're gonna be coming down. Oh, they should have fired Ryan Poles. Depending on who the fuck who the fuck fucking up. If it's the offensive line, they're gonna say, "Oh, he didn't address the offensive line." Damn it, he has addressed the offensive line. He has nothing to do with injuries. Those are injury problems that they're having. It has nothing to do with fucking production. That is injury problems that they have been having the last fucking 3 to 4 years. It's that simple. But shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is me being as transparent as I can. I don't want Caleb Williams to become a Ryan Leaf, a Jamarcus Russell. For those way back foul will remember, a Jeff George, right? I don't want, and although some of these guys I'm about to name next are not first round picks, they were highly touted. I don't want him to become an Akile Smith. I don't want him to become a fucking Joey Heisman. Remember Joey Harrington? I don't want him to become a Joey Heisman. That's the type of things I'm saying. You set the kid up for failure before you set him up for success. Caleb right now is set up for success on paper, but the expectations could still be the downfall of his failure. Let him develop and play ball.
Agreed.
Yes, you're right. Perfect bullets with no O-line. That is food poison. That is coaching malpractice.
Well, I'll put it like this. This is the thing. But see, everybody keep talking about the O-line. It's not like the O-line. The O-line is not healthy. We don't know. The thing is, nobody knows what the O-line can do because they ain't been fucking healthy. We just sit up there and said it last episode. The O-line played what? 3 fucking games together healthy. Out of 17 fucking games in the regular season, they played 3 of them fully fucking healthy. You don't know what it is that they can fucking do.
I'll give you a pass on health as it relates to continuity. I cannot give a pass when you just ain't good. Like Sam Mustipher, you just wasn't good here. Lucas Patrick, you just wasn't good. Doug Kramer, even when you stepped in a couple of games after being injured, you just wasn't good.
I mean, that's true, but that's the thing. Everybody on your line ain't gonna be good. You go down, if you go and look, how many teams we got in the NFL? What, 30? 32 teams? Some shit 32. Like that?
Yeah.
32 teams. If you go down every single NFL team, I'm pretty sure you'll look on their starting offensive line. There's at least one of them motherfuckers, if not two, that ain't fucking good. It's just that damn simple.
JB, you said it. You said the name too. Mustipher isn't good here. You said Mustipher isn't good here, but he also is right in the middle of two Pro Bowl guards. So I still don't think he's good.
Masks a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Depending on who you playing next to, they can mask a lot of bullshit.
A lot easier.
But that's my point. When somebody you paid a good chunk of money to probably don't even like football for real. Mr. Nate Davis, yeah, I'm calling you out.
A big issue.
You got paid, man. It's time for some return on our team's investment in you. Come out and play some goddamn football, man.
Yeah.
Like you care. And if not, beat it. Ryan Bates, since Bates loves him, Ryan Post loves him. Go to left guard and let's at least solidify our left side. Because when I look at what the Colts had back in the day with Saturday and Quentin Nelson and them, one of the top lines. I look at what the 49ers had, one of the top lines. The Eagles have the top line. Like they damn near got a Pro Bowler at every position. It can happen. We just got to get there.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this.
Foul. I can't play center for the Bears. We're going to lose. So stop picking centers like me.
I'll be a slapback.
Stop picking up the centers like me. Like, let's not do it.
Yeah. Well, I'll say one last thing before we get into some shout outs. At the end of the day, we sit up there. I know a lot of people been talking about, I know a lot of fans been clamoring to cut Nate Davis. The thing is this: do not cut Nate Davis.
Bench him.
We know whatever it is that he does. Let's just be honest. Nate Davis doesn't like to fucking do his off-season shit. He doesn't like to practice in the fucking off-season. It's not like that during the regular season. He's still a talent. He still can play the game. He's not a locker room distraction or anything like that. So you still hold on to his ass because injuries do happen. If you don't want to start him, fuck him. You ain't got to start his ass. You can sit his $10 million ass down on the bench, but you don't sit up there and cut him and take that big ass loss.
Unless
I didn't say cut him.
No. I'm not talking about you. I'm not addressing you. I'm just talking about just in general because I know it's a lot of fans out there talking about, oh, we need to cut his ass and all this. Nah, fuck all that cutting shit, because one thing that we do know, Bears players, particularly on the offensive line, have been hurt the last couple years. He's not a locker room cancer. He doesn't like to practice during the offseason. He doesn't like to do all the training camp shit. During the regular season, he practices and hopefully he'll stay healthy and all that type of shit. If he ain't fucking up the locker room, I don't give a fuck. Keep his ass there. It's too much of a dead cap hit to cut his ass right now. Fuck it. Keep his ass there. Let his ass sit on the bench and think about some things. Just that simple. But we can get into some shout outs if y'all want.
Yeah, let's get into some shout outs.
Let's get into some shout outs. Go ahead. Get up.
I'm going to start it off with the good old Hall of Fame inductee here. Tues Peppers. Hey, I loved you. Loved having you here. I didn't like the greatest time of your life was the last 3 years in Green Bay, though. That was kind of
yeah, what the fuck is there to do in Green Bay?
That was kind of a slap in the face, but I mean, he still said great things about the Bears, so I'm not too mad about that. Devin Hester, thank you for all the time, all those special teams, all those. You literally brought special teams back, and Paul, you said it perfectly. I used to always have to go take a piss break when they were getting ready to punt the ball off or something like that until Devin Hester came into this league. So shout out to you. Shout out to Lovey Smith, who got a nice standing ovation there as well. Got to give a shout out, Misty, Mongo, the whole 85 team who showed up at Mongo's bed when they unveiled the statue of him. That was a great monumental video, man. I am not gonna lie, I kind of choked up a little bit when I saw that. That was great. Other than that, hey, always fun being on Tuesdays with you guys, man. It sucks that we can't get on that Wednesday, but yeah, I just unfortunately can't do Wednesdays. So it's not like I'm gonna watch Hard Knocks anyway, though. So I don't got that HBO. Other than that, I got nothing else. Hit it with the next one. Oh, give a shout out to Gabe too, man. Gabe, thank you for coming on, man. It's always fun having you on here. It's always entertaining, man. On you, JB, hit that chat.
I'm gonna say I got the chat queued up. I'm ready to go. I just want to expound on a little something. For Julius Peppers to have played 10 years in Carolina, I want to say 4 years here and 3 years in Green Bay, but still give a lot of love and admiration back to Chicago because of what he did and accomplished here.
Absolutely.
I'm still claiming Julius Peppers.
Oh, I love Julius Peppers.
And I'm glad that he gave us our just due. The story goes, Lovey Smith camped out on his lawn and was like, yeah, as soon as the 1201 hit, I ain't leaving.
I ain't leaving, sign it. So I don't care the money either, sign it.
I appreciate, that whole ordeal. I appreciate Devin Hester, a defensive back turned return man, turned wide receiver, just a special player for the Bears. And of course, well overdue NFL. You finally got something right 30 years later. But Mongo McMichael should have been in the Hall of Fame. I'm glad he's fine.
Well, it should have been in a long time.
Briggs and Peanut, you on deck. You on deck. That's what I'm looking at next. Briggs and Peanut. So glad to see a Hall of Fame where it was Chicago Bear heavy. That did my heart some justice. Now, shout out to Gabe. It's always good to talk to Gabe. We had the one of our first live shows at the Wiener Circle was with Gabe. Great times. Shout out to you guys coming in. And of course, you know how important my Tuesdays are. Now let me jump in. Shout out to the super producer, Curtis Kamish. Logan Jiu-Jitsu Kuma Ninja, who was here I'm assuming was here for Gabe. Leah Team Kuma's armbar queen. I'm assuming that's his wife. Lorenzo Clemens did chime in all the way from New Orleans. Thank you for chiming in, Lorenzo. Brewhaw 7, I believe that is somebody new, along with those other two I just named. Thank you. Jeanette Johnson, one of our P1s, chimed in. Thank you. Jay Grizz. Jay Grizz was on point tonight. Jay Grizz had a lot to say.
Yes, he did.
Ooh, yeah, Tues bringing up Kreutz too. Olin Kreutz isn't in the Hall of Fame yet either, is he?
Is Olin's not? Is he eligible?
In the Hall of Fame? Olin Kreutz isn't in 10 years. He should have been eligible for Peanut. Oh, Peanut's not eligible yet. I don't think Peanut's eligible yet.
Well, didn't Peanut play with Carolina for a couple of years? That would have extended his
But you make a good point. Olin will be in it for sure. There's no question about that.
Wait a minute, because Olin left us and played for the Saints No, I'm saying, but didn't Olin leave us and play for the Saints for a year or two?
Yeah, for a couple years. I think it was 2 years.
So, and you only got to be out, 5 or 6 years?
Kreutz retired before Urlacher, though.
No, I'm saying, don't you have to? No, Kreutz had to retire 2012.
Before Urlacher.
2012, 2011, right?
Yeah, I thought he retired before Urlacher, but I could be wrong. Regardless, he'll be in, though. So go ahead. Keep going with your chat.
Well, no, he should have been on the Hall, but they only take so many. So, yeah. Olin Kreutz, Peanut, Lance, we looking for you soon. David Augustine, thank you for chiming in. David, we got to get you on. We had a couple of good banner to get back and forth. Don't be mad if Foul calls you a Caleb tramp stamper really soon. Really soon.
You can be on with Easy.
It was great. Don Bird. Don Bird, Detroit's best, also serving our country.
Detroit's
in the great
finest.
United States Navy. Thank you, Don Bird, for your service, and thank you for chiming in. Keith Sperry, my boy. Always talk to Keith in and out of
Caleb
just
Tramp
privately. Caleb a P1, no, but Keith is a P1 and knows what he's talking about.
I love Keith. Yeah, I love Keith.
Samuel Blackwell, thank you for chiming in. You came in with a couple of drops of knowledge. My brother from another, Bullets. Thank you, Bullets, for coming in. Haven't seen you in a minute, Bullets. You know, you live in that California love life, you know. Share some of that sunshine, you know. That's about it. Some dude, Frank O'Dowd, you know, he's great. He just doesn't show up consistently, but he's a great guy.
Weird ass dude.
Cool guy. I rock with Frank O'Dowd.
I bet he wears leggings.
Well, I hope he doesn't, because then that means you and him wear leggings. Hey, we had a lot of good back. Tucson J came back in. Thank you, Tucson. Haven't heard from you in a minute, brother. Good to see you and hear from you. And I think that is about it. Oh, Easy chimed in. Hold on, Easy. Damn. I'm only at 9:58. Thank you, Easy, for chiming in. Still love, prayers, and respect to you, Easy, and your family. Just sharing what you went through. You know, we still here for you. Bullets, you know what we do. You know what we do. And if we only got one person watching, especially even though on a Hard Knocks night, we had some good banter going on. We had some definitely good conversations tonight. Thank you, Chris, aka Foul Mouth C. Daniel Kaline, thank you for chiming in. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, T Nick. Whoever sees T Nick no more, thank you, T Nick. If we only got one person watching, we know that's the podcast mom, affectionately known as Sandra. Oh, you saying Cruz is already in? He's saying Cruz is already in?
I think he was saying in the same draft class.
No, Jay Hilgenberg was on the 85 Bears. No, couldn't be in the same draft class.
Huh. I don't know. I don't remember seeing Olin Cruz put in. I don't know.
Well, I guess it's on me now. Now remember, everybody, y'all are rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. You can also check out the Chicago Clubhouse Network, which includes us, the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. You can also, we got Plunk, we got Bull Split, we got She Said What She Said, Damn It. We got the Cookie Commish with his fantasy draft, and we got Easy Does It as well. I also want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Our sponsors are Visions.
Oh,
in the zone. Look at front gas. We got to do it.
But you have to have vision.
In the zone, Moore's Beer, Hughes Nightclub, and also Signature. Signature, great place to hang out, watching some sports, have your couple of drinks, and also party a little bit. I want to give a shout out to you brothers, Frank the Tank, JB, T Nick that was on early, our boy Easy, the Cookie Commission was our super producer back there in the back. My boy Grogu, he ain't with me today. He napping. He decided to take a time off. He was watching Hard Knocks with me, so he's chilling out. No. Yeah.
That means call on me.
I was like, what the hell are we doing here? High five?
That means call on me. Hey.
Oh, JB.
Did
yes.
you see the finale of House of Dragons?
I surely the fuck did.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's some smoke in the city, season 3, baby.
Yeah, it's gonna be some shit. They got Dunkin' and Egg coming out next year too, so that should be good.
Is that the prequel to the Seven Kingdoms?
Nah, so Dunkin' Egg is
or is it a spinoff?
It's another chapter in the whole Game of Thrones, Ice and Fire.
Aegon, right? Aegon the Conqueror, right? Aegon the Conqueror, right?
Nah, Aegon, he's a different Aegon. He's another one. He's actually Maester Aemon's brother, younger brother.
Maester Aemon from the Wall, from the Black Watch.
Yeah, he was his younger brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So also want to give a shout out to the kiddies. Their asses is gone. They went out of town.
So they ain't in bed.
Nah, they ain't in bed. Their ass ain't here.
Yeah.
So I know their ass ain't in bed. They out doing God knows what the fuck. Shout out to my fiance and my unborn baby boy, my boy. My heir to my throne. Yeah. Also, who else I want to give a shout out to? Shout out to Gabe. I didn't get a chance to chat with him when he was on, but shout out to him. Thank him for coming on. Want to give a shout out to the chat that was fucking lit tonight. Give a shout out to you guys. Give a shout out to HBO. Give a shout out to the Bears for representing on Hard Knocks. No matter what Don Bird say, talking about Detroit shit was live. Nobody give a fuck about people biting out kneecaps and all that bullshit. Try going for 3 points, motherfucker. Try that. Maybe you'll have to go to a Super Bowl for once in your fucking franchise.
Nothing to talk right now.
Yeah. But, and my man Bullets. Shout out to my man Bullets. Other than that, shit, that's about it. So,
this has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
We really got to work on that shit.
You sounded like you were.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Bad producer.
Bad boy. Yeah.
That was a bad.
So hopefully you don't play nothing else. So for Frank the Tank, JP, T-Nick, and our bad producer, the Cookie Commission, I'm 5 Mile C. And we out.
We out.
Oh no.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
Good night, Perry. Congratulations, Gabby Tom.
And now it's all over.
Oh shit.